All right, everybody, you should be able to hear me now. If you can hear, go ahead and, and type if you can hear. Here, I'm trying to type the word in the chat. All right, guys, you should go ahead and be able to hear me now.
The thoughts, views, and opinions.
Again, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be getting started in just about a minute and a couple of seconds. So if you can hear, go ahead and type here in the chat. And also, if you guys want to update your name, you can also update your name in the chat as well, so that I can know who you guys are. So you can update. I see Danny has updated her name. You just simply click on the settings wheel and that will allow you to update your name. For those who are watching us live, you want to go ahead and register so that you can get access to some of the bonus material that we're going to be giving here. bookandmediasuccess.com is the link. Hold on, I think that's the link. Yes, so everybody, you can update your name as well so that you can get access. Again, if you're watching us live on any of the streaming, if you want to get these bonus material that is going to be available here, you're going to want to register so you can get access to this training. Again, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do me a favor, go ahead and put your city and state in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm muted. Thank you so much. I'm muted. Thank you, guys. So as I was stating, I was saying for those of you guys watching on social media, you want to go to bookandmediasuccess.com if you want to participate in the conversation as well as be able to download the bonus material that I'm going to send over to you guys. And for everybody that is here in the chat, we have a lot of people that are here. We have Chicago, Illinois, Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Let me see, what other city and state do we have? Put your city and state in the chat. Let us know where you guys are chiming in from, or country. So if you're watching from another part of the United States, it's outside of the United States, not another part of, but outside of the U.S., go ahead and let us know. We have Seattle, Washington here, Virginia Beach, Virginia. And also, guys, for those in the chat, if you want to update your name, matter of fact, I can kind of show you real quick. I can show you better than I could tell you. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Wait a minute. How did that close? I thought I just had that open. Okay, it's cool. But let me show y'all how to do this. Okay? One sec. Let me show y'all. So I'm going to go to the actual where y'all are at. Everybody is watching together. So let me pull up a new screen. Boom. I'm going to share my screen. Boom. When you go to the chat, if you click on this wheel right here, this wheel, click on that. It'll allow you to upload your picture as well as change your nickname. So you can change your name to your first and last name. So if you want to change your picture, you can do that as well. I don't think I have, let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Wait a minute. How did that close? I thought I just had that open. Okay, it's cool. But let me show y'all how to do this. Okay? One sec. Let me show y'all. So as I was stating, I was saying for those of you guys watching on social media, you want to go to bookandmediasuccess.com if you want to participate in the conversation as well as be able to download the bonus material that is going to be available here. Again, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do me a favor, go ahead and put your city and state in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So There we go. You see it and smushed my picture. That's not quite cute, but we'll keep it there for now. But you can go ahead and change it, and then when you go in the chat, you can actually talk. So you see now my picture's all smushed, but you can change it. I changed my name to my social media handle. The reason why I did that is because all of my social media is the same. So just in case somebody wants to connect, you got my gram, you got my Twitter, you got my TikTok, you got my Facebook, you got my LinkedIn. So that's a little tidbit for those of you guys. When you are in chats, you can always update it to have your username. Okay. All right. So y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into this presentation. I don't want to be before you too long because I'm hungry. I done been here in the office all day. It's time to go home and eat some of my leftovers that I made. They're so good. So go ahead and put your city and state in the chat, or country in the chat. If you're watching on social media, you also can go ahead and join us in the chat if you want to be a part of the conversation, as well as get access to the bonus material. Now, before we get into this, I also want to just kind of introduce myself, because I didn't even include a slide on that. I won't go into too much. I don't want to bore y'all too much, but let me pull up a quick little slide so y'all can know who I am. I think that'll be importante. So let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna present this real quick and share my screen so y'all can see a little bit of who I am. Okay. So really quick, y'all, I am the founder of a program called Book Profits Club. If you are a BPC member, go ahead and type BPC in the chat. Book Profits Club was created and designed to help authors learn how to promote, profit, and get their books to perform. We created this program, Book Profits Club, in 2019, but we first started working with authors several years ago. I've coached more than 20,000 people since 2009. But what I noticed is, as I was helping individuals, because I got into the space of publishing around 2015, I noticed that people needed to have systems. People were not able to promote themselves, get on more stages. They weren't learning how to leverage their books. In fact, if I could be quite transparent, if you have had a book that is out longer than 12 months and you are not generating over $10,000 a year, this is the reason. A year. Well, truth be told, most authors don't even make that. But if you're not generating over $10,000 a month, truth be told, guys, is that it's probably because there's something in your systems. And I wanted to change that. My first full year of coaching, I was already making over $10,000 a month and growing my business. And so I decided to really be able to change that. Show Your Success has produced more than 6,000 plus authors. Since 2015, we've helped to do over $10 million in combined sales with products and services through leveraging their books. And our goal here, guys, with the trainings that I do, is to show you guys how to work 2 to 4 hours a day and generate over $10,000 a month. So shout out to my BPC family in the house. I see Dominique Carson is in the house. Helpful Mind. I don't know who that is. I think that's your name that it gives you, or that might, I don't know. Did you change your name to Helpful Mind? So make sure y'all update y'all names, because right now it just gives you a made name. So if you want to update your name, please do that. Okay. So our goal is to show you how to do that. So on this training, we're going to be talking to you guys about how to leverage your book to get on the media. Get on the media, to get on the news. Okay. So I'm going to give you 10 tips today, 10 tips on what you can do so that you can get your book to get you on the news. Not to get your book on the news, to get you on the news. The biggest mistake that authors make is they write books to sell their book versus writing a book to sell. For those of you guys who are plugged into the BPC family, you know we do not count the money that we make from our book as income, right? And so the goal is using your book as a tool, marketing piece. In fact, if I can be honest, guys, one of the things that I see lacking the most in the community of authors is investing into marketing. And marketing costs money. All right, so let's get into this training. So the first tip that you're going to do with being able to actually leverage your book and getting on the news, and this should be the easiest one, or the most self-explanatory one is creating a press release. Now, if you guys have heard of this incredible artificial intelligence tool that a lot of people are afraid of, AI and stuff, don't be afraid of AI. By the way, let me just say this, guys. I don't care what we say about AI, how we feel, and even how I feel about AI. It's here. And so the question is, are you going to learn how to use it? Because there's literally jobs right now that are paying people over $90,000+ a year that know how to utilize these AI softwares. So what we're not going to do is run from what is already happening. There's nothing we can do about it, so we might as well get in the game. Amen. So if you know about ChatGPT, type 1 in the chat space. If you know about ChatGPT, type 1. And this is what I'm going to do. At the end of this training, I'm going to allow individuals to ask me some questions if you want to see some examples. I'm not going to do it just right now because I want to get through these 10, but I will, if somebody wants me to show you exactly how to use ChatGPT to create a dope press release, just remind me when we get to the Q&A section, okay? Now, keep in mind, once you create the press release, it now needs to be distributed, okay? So one of the things that I was teaching in another training that I was doing today was one of the techniques that you can do is create your speaker's page and then like a domain, and then you go ahead and create a custom email. So we have inner circle members that are on right now. I see some of our inner circle members. One of the things that we create for our inner circle members is a speaker sheet and a speaker's page. So if you were to go to www.taureaavant.com, I'm not going to go to it right now, but if you were to go to that, you would see my speaker's page, right? So I purchased that domain, Taurea Avant. I use that page for whenever I'm pitching myself to get on someone's stage, whether it's news, media, conferences, panels, etc., etc. But then I've gone and purchased a custom email to go with the domain, which is media@taureaavant.com. So when I create the press release, I make sure that the contact details are connected to that email, media. Then one of the things that we provide in Book Profits Club is we have a list of media outlets that you can email, contact the directors, etc., etc. If you don't have the media outlets yourself, you can go and search and find them within your local market. And you can not only can you distribute out a press release using many of these press release distribution softwares, but you can even email those people directly with your press release and the title of your press release. You can also, this is how you leverage your book, send your press release along with the copy of your book directly to the director of that outlet, of whatever and every market has a Fox, a CBS, an ABC, an NBC. Every single market has those. So you can find your local media, find out who the director is. You could even possibly just call up there, hey, who's the director here? Who's in charge of, getting your talent, etc., etc. There's even some outlets where you can pay, but that's not the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about finding the director, create a press release, and send them copies of your press release. Now, how many of you guys have heard that the fortune is in the follow-up? So once you have sent the press release, then you have taken it upon yourself to send them a copy of this press release as well as your book. Then you want to go ahead and follow up. So many people miss out on opportunities because they don't simply follow. I can give y'all an exact example, y'all. Let me give y'all an example. One of the, I'm glad you guys asked what platform. I'm actually using the BPC system. So all of my BPC members, this is the BPC system, and I've just integrated a couple of softwares, which I'm going to be showing you guys this on next month. So if you're Elite or Inner Circle, don't worry, I got y'all. Okay. But anyways, back to what I was stating. So I had two people that have reached out to me because they want me, they want to do some video services for me. And the first guy that reached out to me sounded really, they both happen to be here in Houston. The first guy that reached out to me, great opportunity, but he has not followed up. And I am finding myself like, dang, I cannot find their information because I have so many people pitching me every single day. I probably have about 5 new emails of different companies pitching me about their services. And so y'all, think about these media outlets. How many people are pitching them? The fortune is in the follow-up. So just because you've created the press release and you've sent the press release, you've got to be willing to follow up. Amen? So everybody type that in the chat. Follow up. Now, number 2 is author expertise. So when you are even when you're sending out these press releases, right? What you're including in the press release is what you're an expert of. And so this is why how you title your book is so important, guys. If you are self-published, this is one of the biggest blessings of being a self-published author because you can always tweak it. Some of us get emotionally attached to the titles of our books, and when people see your title, they have no idea what this book is about. Now, even if you're not necessarily ready to change the title, but you can create a press release as well as an intro letter that connects to what you're an expert in. This is the truth, y'all. The reason why people bring guests onto their platforms, especially the media, is because you are positioning yourself as the expert. So an expert on what? Let me give you an example, guys. So type in the chat space, what is something that has happened within the past 7 days, 7 to 14 days that has hit almost every major media platform? Type something in the chat. What is something that is big that has happened within the past 7 to 14 days that has been talked about on literally every media platform? Type that in the chat because I'm going to show you how being the author of a specific book or being the expert, how you can position yourself as the expert and make yourself that much more attractive when it comes to, pitching yourself on everything. The Hawaii wildfires, the Trump indicted, okay. Dwayne Wade's speech, absolutely. Hawaii. Okay, let's use Hawaii. So I'm gonna use Hawaii for this simple purpose. We actually have people in Book Profits Club who are in the insurance industry. And one of the things that we know for a fact, well, the unfortunate thing, there's a lot of things. Number 1, this is a touchy subject, but it's a conversation that must be had. I wonder how many people in Hawaii did not have an estate planned, did not have a will planned. I wonder how many people did not have life insurance. Nobody planned for these wildfires to happen. Shoot. I was just driving back from Atlanta the other day. Somebody tried to tell me that these were created by people created these fires. Baby, if you would have saw what I saw on that highway, there were fires in the middle of the highway, literally wildfires in Mississippi. And so if you are in the insurance industry and you know for a fact that just based on your statistics out of the unfortunate number of people who have passed on, you already know the percentage of people who did not have their estate planned out. You can even go and research and see right now how many families are already at each other's neck trying to figure out who gets what and who and what is what. If you come from any kind of family like I come from, the 2 times when your family get together, everybody, is typically when somebody has passed on or when somebody is getting married. And the unfortunate situation when somebody has passed on and is passed on with stuff that is still here, it causes drama. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen from someone, right? And so I would have, and even right now, what I would be doing is pitching these news outlets and pitching how many of these survivors were not prepared, but they also were not taken care of because of XYZ, thus and that was not taken care of. Does that make sense? So now you're positioning yourself as the expert and people want to interview experts. Let's use the Alabama brawl. I want to use that. Do we have any life coaches that are here? Do we have any life coaches? One of the things that you can attach to what took place in the Alabama brawl might be mental wellness. You could figure out a way to tie it in. But another thing could be privilege. And in this day and age of 2023, how can we resolve dealing with someone who maybe has the mentality of privilege? Amen? Are y'all with me? And so now what you do is you come on the news as the expert talking about overcoming the challenges with people dealing with privilege. You are an expert. Amen. So you want to position yourself as an expert when you are pitching yourself to these media outlets. Local connections. Y'all, there are multiple local newspapers in your market. All you got to do is go to the grocery store. You'll see these different local outlets. You can go to, like local, mom and pop shops, art shops, things like that where people who have their own local magazine or article or newspaper distribution, they may leave their newspapers there. And what I'm going to do is go find these ones. They got them everywhere. Like in Atlanta, I know we had something like called Creative Loafing. I used to see those all the time. They have the magazines like the Atlanta something magazine. You might find those like at in the clubhouses of apartments and stuff like that. Very nice upscale hotels. You might see they'll leave magazines. Those, we sometimes go and see these things and just walk right by and forget that these are local publications that are looking for content. And so guess what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to find out who is the person that is in charge of the content. I'm going to find their address, and guess what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to send them a copy of my book. Y'all, I am going to challenge you guys to stop being so focused on selling books and learn how to leverage your book. If you wanted to can somebody, I don't know if anybody here knows anything about television commercials. People still watch TV today. I know many of us, we stream, but now you can even go to stuff like Peacock. Peacock allows you to download their app. You can pay like a small fee. It's not the Netflix price. I forgot how much is Netflix now, y'all. All I know is every single month they keep increasing my costs, okay? I feel like I'm paying about $20 a month. I feel like when you combine my Netflix, my YouTube, Peacock, and I got a couple other ones, I'm paying about $50, $60 a month just for streaming services. But if you don't want to pay for certain upgraded streaming, you're going to watch commercials. I want us to think about how much does that cost to have a commercial played on these platforms. That's somebody that's marketing. But for many of us, maybe that's not in the budget. So what we do have a budget for is books. Let's send out copies of our books, not just one time, not just 1 month, but make it something that we do every month. Amen? Are y'all with me? If you guys are still with me, go ahead and put with you in the chat. If you're watching me live on social, you want to go ahead and go to bookandmediasuccess.com so that you can register and participate in the chat, as well as there's going to be some bonuses that you guys are going to get. So make sure. Damn Good Vegan says with you. Tina Zekis says with ya. Interesting Stranger has not changed her name, but it says with ya. D. Carson says with ya. Erica Mitchell says with ya. Tish Dinkins. Timid Mind says with you. Okay, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. So local connections. When you go out, y'all, be on the lookout for the local magazines, the local newspapers, and trust me, that's going to be one of the easiest. And then when you get put in them, make sure you promote it. Because recognition, everybody type this in the chat. Recognition gets recognized. Hey, Chrissy done changed her color on her name. Y'all can do that too. Y'all can change your name, change the color. Hey, Zahara, Lisa Stringer Bailey, Heather, April, Dion. Y'all lit up here in the chat. I don't know how many of y'all lit up here today. Let me see. We lit tonight. Okay, let me get up into this. Okay. A timely angle. Okay, let me show y'all this, y'all. there is a website that you can actually go to. You see it right here, calendar.com. You could just go to calendar.com and search. You can search all the countries. You see this one is specific for the United States and 2023 national holidays. It's literally every single day of the week. It's like a holiday. Every day of the week is something going on. It's a national holiday. And what I want you guys to understand is, again, the news is always looking for something. I'm going to challenge y'all. I want to challenge somebody right now. If you could go and look to see for a holiday, and I'm going to take that holiday. So I want you to go to this website right here. Okay. Let me pull it up so y'all can see. Calendar, I guess that's how you pronounce it, .com/United States /observance 2023. I'm going to copy this and paste this in the chat. I want y'all to go in, just whoever does it first, I want you to look for something taking place in September. It's now August, so we don't want to be pitching the news for August stuff. We should have did that in July. But something that's coming up in September, and you can actually pitch the news based upon a day that you see that connects to you. And it does not have to be linearly, y'all. Like a lot of us, we think, okay, I'm an author. Let me go and find National Book Day or Author's Day. No, you might be like National Bagel Day. Okay, on National Bagel Day, I want to give 5 tips on how you can make National Bagel Day such a comfortable way. One of them is you're going to read a book, right? Now, I don't know, with some cream cheese and a little bit of coffee, right? Okay, so you maybe, we got Damn Good Vegan here. National Bagel Day, she got her book. She can say, listen, I got 5 vegan spreads that you could be able to use on National Bagel Day. In fact, I want to pitch it, and I want to come in and do the spreads and do a taste test so everybody can taste those spreads, right? So I want y'all to give me a day for the month of September, and we're going to connect that to being able to pitch that, okay? Being able to pitch that. And we're not going to be linear with it. We're not going to be linear because that's the challenge. Many of us, we think, oh, okay, well, I'm going to only search for stuff in the mental health world because that's what I coach on. Or I'm only going to, you know what I'm saying? Find something that is unique that you can make a connection where you're not going to get on the news platform and sound like everybody else, right? So let's see. And what is the day? Give me the day. Chrissy says World Rhino Day. How about this? So I'm gonna think of how we can use World Rhino Day, right? So timely angle. I don't know what the date is, right? But what in the hell does World Rhino Day have to do with any of us? How about this? Maybe you are in the space of, watch this, mental wellness, right? And you might go into, mental wellness, but you also do painting or something. Or maybe you want to bring a painter in and you want to talk about the rhino. Now, you're a mental wellness advocate. That's what your book is about. What the hell do it got to do with rhino? Well, I'm going to look up watch this. I'm going to search 5 positive traits of a rhino. Okay, 5 positive traits of a rhino. I just want to see 5 positive characteristics of a rhino, right? Characteristics of a rhino. Let's see this. Child, don't nobody got time to be reading these books. Give me a bullet point. Here we go. They're loyal, engaging, determined, courageous, and aggressive. Now, how can we connect that to mental wellness? I'm a mental wellness advocate, and I want to talk about rhinos on World Rhinos Day and show you what the hell does a rhino have to do with mental wellness, and also somehow connect it to a painting event that I'm going to be having where I will have books for sale. A painting event. We're going to be painting a rhino. I got y'all ever been to like a paint sip? So I'm going to pitch the news because on World Rhinos Day, I'm doing a paint and sip where we're going to come in to paint this image of a rhino. Why? Because the definition of a rhino is loyalty, engaging, determined, courageous, aggressive. The reason why many of us dealing with mental battles is because you've been loyal to people who have not been loyal to you. And I know how that feels, but I'm going to teach you how to be loyal to yourself first, and know that no matter what people do to you, you can't change that. You can only change how you respond. Engaging. We're going to show you how to engage with the right people. Do y'all see what I'm doing right here on World Rhino Day? I'm showing you the characteristics of a rhino, how to connect that to mental wellness, and how to invite you to come out to our Paint and Sip Mental Wellness Day on World Rhinos Day. Do you see what I'm doing? So now I'm going to create a nice pitch deck so that I can send that out, press release, to all the media outlets so they can invite me in so that I can talk to you about the 5 characteristics that you didn't know about a rhino and how it's going to help you to become better and more braver and more balanced and more loved. Boom. I'm a beast at this. What we're not going to do, this is what we're not going to do. I'm a beast at this. Okay, was that good? I feel I'm about to pat myself on the back. Okay, let's get into it. Timely angle. So I want y'all to look on this calendar and look into the month of July. Look into the month of July, of September, October, November, December. Close this year out strong. Go and pick you about 2 to 4 days that you can create a press release centered around the transformation that you offer and connect it. But don't make it so linear. Don't make it so easy. Just make it something that's like, woo, that's different. We've never thought about that. Because when you do it in that way, it's now interesting. Amen. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Okay, interview opportunities. So now what you want to do, guys, again, this is huge. Get on platforms. Get on platforms that can interview you. Guys, this is the challenge that a lot of authors have as well, is we write this book and we put it on Amazon, which you should don't. I'm not going to get into it tonight. Y'all. I don't want to mess up nobody's excitement, because I know, listen, that just because everybody else is doing a thing does not mean that it's the right thing. That is why the population, when you look at success, 97% of the population makes 3% of the income. 3% of the population makes 97% of the income. Just that statistic alone should prove to us that just because everybody is doing a thing does not mean it's the right thing. So let's stop getting on this train of just because that's what people tell you to do. So with this, y'all, I need you to understand, just because the book is done, and I know your cover is amazing, and I know your title is awesome, everybody may not know about it. So what you've got to do is start pitching yourself for these interview opportunities. When I see, let me show you what this is a little hack. How many of you guys type I have in the chat? Type I have in the chat. Yes, Emma don't. Not yet. I ain't told y'all yet. So some of y'all about to put I have. Over the past, let's just say this month, August. In this month of August, how many of you guys have seen someone that you follow get interviewed on somebody's platform? How many of you guys have seen someone that you follow get interviewed on somebody's platform? If you've seen that, type I have in the chat. Y'all, recognition gets recognized, but also make sure you recognize that that's an opportunity for you too. If I see someone that is on somebody else's podcast, on somebody else's news platform, I'm going to go see who interviewed them. And guess what Taurea's going to do? I'm going to reach out to them. And then I'm going to even highlight that. I'm going to edify. Oh, man. Hey, Jane Doe. Let's go see if we can find. I wish I could find. I should have thought about that while I was pulling this up. I wish I could find a post real quick just to show y'all an example. Let me see if I can find something. I'm going to see. I don't know if I can. I can't promise it, though. I can't promise. But let me see. Real quick. Okay. Let me see. I'm on Facebook. All right. Y'all, people be making these, I ain't gonna do it. Never mind. Okay, look at this. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to find something. Let me see. Come on, y'all. I know I done seen something. Okay, here's an example. So this is one of our BPC members. Let me show you. So this is Tiffany Teachy. And Tiffany Teachy she's in STEM, but she is interviewing, which, by the way, she did a podcast interview with one of our other fellow Book Prophets Club members who is a massage therapist, and she connected it to STEM. But look at this. So I might say, so let's just say that she posts this right here, Miss Chroma, because I'm about to mess that first name up. But Miss Chroma posts that, oh my God, I'm on Tiffany's show, the Read It Right radio show. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go reach out to Tiffany and say, oh my goodness, I heard, now I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to say, oh my goodness, I heard your interview with Miss Chroma, the founder of Peppa Jar. I loved it. I wanted to know, how do you go about getting your speakers? Because I would love to be on your show. In fact, coming up in July is National Rhino Day, and I actually have a conversation where I can talk to you about the 5 characteristics of a rhino that actually tie into building up your mental wellness. Boom. See, let me tell you something. This is why you want to pay attention to any and everyone that you see that's booked and busy. Because if they're booked and busy, guess what? 9 times out of 10, whoever done put them on their show, they might be looking for some more people. So I'm going to be scrolling through here, and when I see something, oh, okay, let me see what's that. Let me see how can I be a speaker? Secret to building sustainable success story. Let's see. Okay, let me see if that's an opportunity for me. Look at this, Chester Chamber of Commerce guest speaker. Oh, well, let me see if that's an opportunity. This is Rob Youngblood. He's a part of Book Prophets Club. Wow, that's amazing. But guess what? While I'm celebrating a person, I'm also trying to figure out how can I get down with the get down. Look at this. Keynote speaker of the Beta Phi Sigma sorority. This women empowered to rise in the midst of adversity. They got a magazine. Okay, let me reach out to them. Oh, I see that you have Soraya Christian Woods. Oh, amazing. How do you go about getting your speakers? How do you go about getting your interviews? Y'all, use these other platforms and pitch yourself so that you can be interviewed. And then when you are interviewed, what you want to do is make sure you repurpose that content. You want to repost it. You want to share it. How many of you guys are building a database right now? How many of you guys are using a CRM? We actually have an all-in-one software that we provide to our clients. It's where you can create your emails, you can build your database, you can host your courses, you can do a lot of stuff. You can create your social media posts for the week. We have a lot in this software. But one of the things that we're always teaching our students or teaching our BPC family is to build your database. So when you get that interview, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to share that out to my community. And especially what I like to do is, let's say, for example, I get on a podcast interview, I pitched myself, I got on there, and I am going to now take that YouTube or whatever the video is or the audio and share that to my platform and ask for everybody to please thumbs up and leave a comment, right? Now, when you are pitching this, remember, you also want to reiterate on what sets you apart from everybody else, okay? Now, this one is going to be long, so this is where you guys, those who are registered, I'm going to send you this PDF so that you can get all of this for yourself, okay? So I'm going to give you this PDF. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but you could do guest articles. And the reason why I wanted to go into more detail, because I don't see enough of this taking advantage of this opportunity to be a guest writer for media platforms. And it doesn't have to be as big as Entrepreneur. There are smaller media platforms where you can actually become a guest writer. And by the way, like there's a magazine called Speak Up Sis. Y'all search for it. She came to our Ignite to Profits conference that we had. Speak Up Sis. She was actually looking for people who can write articles. Now, why is this a blessing? It's a blessing because you're now also seen not only as the expert of your book, but now you are contributing to somebody else's platform. And this could even be an opportunity for you to bring other people in. So, I mean, listen, it's a lot of websites right now that are being created. They're being created by people and their media outlets, and you can become a guest. If you've been on somebody's media outlet before, you can even reach out to the people who create that website and say, listen, I would love to do a guest article. Maybe once per week, can I highlight this or talk about that on an article? How many of you guys have been published on somebody else's website, on somebody else's media outlet? It does not matter. You can be a part of that. So first, you want to research the publications. You want to find the one that's going to be more attractive to the audience that you serve. Make sure that you read and understand what their article requirements are. And these are things from like how many how many words they want, the style of it, the tonality of it. You know, is this as far as the vocabulary, is it in a higher level, extensive vocabulary, or is it going to be more of a simplified? I like to do all of my stuff in high school grade level. I like to keep my vocabulary very simple, okay? Check the guidelines on how to submit. And if they don't have it, which not everybody will, find what the contact emails are, okay? Find the contact emails so that you can find out how to submit the guidelines. You want to create engaging pitches. So then this again goes back to what we talked about. You know, what separates you apart from everybody else? I would even recommend, if you want to pitch yourself to but to be a part of somebody's media outlet and create like guest article submissions, when you're pitching them, go ahead and give them, like, let's say you want to do one per month. Give them 12 topics, the 12 topics that you want to actually speak about on their media article, already have it ready to go. So now they're like, oh, this is great. You don't have to have the articles done, but have the titles done so that they can know that you're serious and that you already have content that is prepared and ready to rock and roll, okay? Make sure that you personalize for this particular thing. For example, let's say you want to pitch entrepreneur, you would like to be you need to make it personal. Why do you want to be a part of Entrepreneur? How do you feel that Entrepreneur has helped you? And how do you feel that you can bring value to that platform? You don't want it to sound like some kind of copied and pasted pitch that you just, sent out to everyone. So you want to make sure that you take your time with this, because this, again, could be a huge opportunity for you. Okay? Again, we talk about those unique angles, networking. So there's another great thing that you can do here. A lot of times, many of these major publications may have events. And so this is or conferences. I know Black Enterprise has a conference all the time. I would make sure that if I want to one day be someone to participate and submit to this magazine, like a continued, article on the topic that I'm an expert in, I would want to be at their events. I would want to find out when they have something else coming up. And then you could even create an article that you can use from that event and share it to them so they can see that you are actively plugged in to what they already have going on. If you guys are still with me in the chat, type still with you. Y'all getting a little quiet. Don't get tired now, y'all. Don't get tired, because we got about a couple more minutes of some really valuable information. I don't want you to miss this. Y'all, LinkedIn. Look at this. Watch this. If you need to find anybody, LinkedIn allows you to find any and every one. Watch this. I'm going to go here and search Black Enterprise. This is why you need to be building up your LinkedIn profile. Black Enterprise, we're going to say, we're going to do people. And these are people who do stuff at Black Enterprise. So people, current company, Black Enterprise. Look at this. I can now go out here and connect with these individuals. Genevieve, Elisa, Dirk, Justin, And guess what I would do? If I had the desire and the heart to want to be a part of Black Enterprise, to submit my content so I can be up, whether it's the online, the printed, whatever, I'm going to connect with all of them. I'm going to stalk them. I'm going to message them. I'm going to say, hey, can I send you a copy of my book? This goes back to leveraging our books. And then with the book, I'm going to include my speaker sheet. If I want to be able to submit articles through this platform, I'm going to send them, 12 ideas. But I can utilize LinkedIn to find people that I know are directly connected to what I'm searching for. And look at this. I mean, it's a ton of people. Look, host writer at Black Enterprise. I might reach out to her, Jerusalyn, and say, hey, I want to be a writer as well for Black Enterprise. Would you be able to show me how to do it? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't even show y'all. Let me show y'all the screen. I'm on LinkedIn. So I went to LinkedIn, and what I did was I searched Black Enterprise at the top. I searched Black Enterprise, okay? So when you go to LinkedIn and you log into your profile, right here at the top, you search Black Enterprise or whatever you want, whatever magazine, don't matter. And then what I did is I click on people, and now it shows me all the people that are on LinkedIn that work for Black Enterprise. Maybe I want to find the people that are in, let's just say, Atlanta. Right? Atlanta, their current company is Black Enterprise Magazine. Show results. This gave me, 3 people. Contributor at Forbes. Oh, she popping. I would be reaching out to these people. Shamite, can I send you a copy of my book? I see that you are a contributor for Black Enterprise as well as Forbes. I would love to see what I can do to possibly be a part of that. What can I do? Can I send you? Follow up. Amen? You can even say, listen, you can even write the article for them. Let them take some credit, but make sure you're in the article. Okay, so LinkedIn, cold emails. Again, this is the same way, just like with LinkedIn, you can create cold emails. We actually have a software where we can actually go through and find the emails of all the people that have the Black Enterprise domain. So you can do that. There's different ways to find it. This is a cold email though, but still a great opportunity. We actually did that with Forbes. And literally when I tell you guys, we sent out emails to Forbes, we had about a 75% open rate of people that opened up those emails. And so there's ways that you can send out cold emails and let them know what it is that you're doing. Now be careful. You don't want to come off as spammy. So for those types of emails that are cold, you want to make sure you introduce yourself. I don't recommend sending them a ton, maybe follow up to 3 times and then give them a break, right? But cold emails. Pitch multiple ideas. So this is what I'm telling you guys. Create a list of like 12 different topics so they can see that you are versatile in this transformation, but it still should connect, right? Does that make sense? And then again, follow up, guys. Social media. Now, there is a tool that is called Social Monials. If you search Social Monials lifetime, you probably can find a lifetime investment, because that's how I did it. They have different softwares out there. Social Monials lifetime. This allows you to create a buzz through social media campaigns. How many of you guys have ever seen where somebody might do a contest that says, hey, win $50. This is how you can enter to win. Get enough points. And every single time, what they do, if they share on Instagram, they get 5 points. If you share on LinkedIn, you get more points. If you share on Facebook, well, Social Monials is the tool that allows you to do just that. Another cool thing about Social Monials is that you can connect it to any one of your CRMs. So when somebody actually goes ahead and tries and applies for it, and they do that, it'll ask for their email, and you can have the email automatically added to your CRM. Now, why is this powerful? Because let's say you write an article on LinkedIn and you want to have a lot of people. I'm just using LinkedIn as an article because that's a place where you can share with your Black Enterprise people, your Forbes people, your woman to woman, whatever it is, you can share with them your article that you've posted. But you can do a contest to get as more eyes on that. And now you've got this article that has a lot of likes, that has a lot of comments, that has a lot of shares. And you can use that as social proof when you're also pitching this out to other media outlets of your expertise. So it is social monials. So am I saying that right? I think it's social. I put socia, but I thought it was social. Hold up. Oh, it's socia monials. Socia. SOCIA monials. MONIALS. And if you do, when you search for it, y'all, type lifetime membership. I promise you, you could probably get a lifetime membership for like under $100. And this tool is amazing. In fact, I plan on using this for the Author All-Star Conference. And what we are already at about 2,000 votes by itself, but we're going to do something where we're going to give away like 1 or 2 seats, and we'll use social monials, and it's going to bring more awareness about the conference. So it's real fly. It's real fly. Okay. So social monials. All right. In fact, we're almost already sold out of the conference. We're probably going to have to broadcast most of it, but we have 100 seats for the Author All-Stars. Book events. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. I do not believe in doing book signings, book tours. I know that sounds crazy. I don't. Because when you do a book signing, the only thing you make is book sale money. And everybody type this in the chat. Book money is no money. Guys, if your only objective is to sell books, this is not the right place for you. Because it take a lot of selling of books to make $10,000 a month. In fact, if you're selling your books on your own website, not through a third party, that means on average, you're making about $15 per book sale. In order to make $10,000 a month, you literally have to sell 667 books every single month. And I don't know about you, but like right now, it's 8:51 p.m. Central Standard Time, about to clock out in a couple minutes. I don't like working that hard. Does that make sense? God did not say that in order to be able to get the fruits of our labor that we have to work from sun up to sundown. God didn't talk about us having to work ourselves to where we can't even enjoy ourselves. God didn't tell me nothing about that. I don't know about y'all, God, but my God didn't tell me that. So what I understand is that if I learn how to effectively leverage my book, I don't have to work as hard trying to sell a ton of books to make money. So I don't really do book signings. I do workshops and conferences, okay? Because I have other products and services that are higher ticketed that I can sell by leveraging my book. So do live events. I did workshops and whatever you want to call them. Workshops, conference, don't matter. I did them, okay? Before the pandemic, I was traveling all over the United States. I'm so grateful that people have now opened up the opportunity of being able to do webinars. I mean, they always did, but I just was never open to it because I didn't think people would get started. That's just my own limiting beliefs. You know what's crazy too about sometimes with our limiting belief? Sometimes God will push you into a new space if you allow your limiting beliefs to keep you. Because my limiting belief was that I was not able to sign people up on webinars. About 95% of my clients I have never physically met. They all have met me through internet. So you don't need to have physical workshops, y'all, in order to be able to provide results. Now, one thing that I will say about the physical aspect, though, is that when I used to do my workshops, I would have a table that would be at the front of the room that would have one book, not all of my books, one book, and I would have them stacked up to show that these books are available for purchase. And so I would do a workshop that was in alignment with the transformation that I offer. Let's say, for example, I'm going to use Danny. So Danny has her brand new book. She teaches you how to go vegan. You know, it's still making it look sexy though. She likes to use a lot of colors with her foods. She likes to make it look tasty, seasoning everything. It ain't just looking like hungry, right? And so let's just say that she does a vegan, let's make a vegan lasagna. And so she creates a workshop where you can come in, where she's going to show you guys how to make the lasagna. Now, you come in, it's a free workshop though, right? She's got her books stacked up and she's going to make the lasagna. Now, at the end of her course, she's going to say, how many of you guys are interested in learning how to make more products and services? I am great. Well, I actually have a program where we're going to work together, where not only are we going to create, I'm going to show you how to create a 30-day meal plan of tasty vegan foods, but I'm also going to show you the foods that work best for you. And this is a program, et cetera, et cetera. This program is $500. Now, everybody may not invest into the 500, but even if they can't do the 500, they'll still buy a book. But instead of me selling the book, I sell the program. Let's say you guys you're not a coach or at all, right? You're like, Taurea, but I do fictional books. Cool. You can actually create a combination of merch. You might have a hoodie. You got a t-shirt. You got a journal. I don't know about y'all, but Harry Potter is not a book. It's a movement. When you go to a Harry Potter event, baby, them people be wearing the most expensive wands and cloaks and hats and shoes. Baby, when you used to fly them airlines and they had them magazines, they had a whole section for Harry Potter. So guys, we got to start thinking outside the box. So when you do your events, it's not just about selling the book, but the movement. Everybody type that in. Sell the movement. Type that in the chat. Sell the movement so that you can work smarter and not harder, because ain't nobody got time to be selling 600 books every single month unless it's doing it on autopilot. Okay, now there's ways to get to that, but that costs money. It sure do. Yes, it does. Controversy or debate. This is always good to do as well. Now, I ain't gonna go into too much detail of it, but for example, let's talk about the Trump indictment, right? You could create, maybe your book is about, maybe you wrote a book that talks about the inequalities or inequities that's taking place within the urban community. I don't know, I'm trying to get deep. And you can pitch the news and you can say, I've got 7 reasons why Trump will never be indicted. And you're going to connect it to your expertise and, of course, your book, because your book is about the inequities within the urban community or things like that, right? So, reasons why. And so today we have author Urban whatever the title of the book is, where she's going to be talking to y'all about the 7 reasons why she knows that Donald Trump is not going to get indicted. And now you're going to get an opportunity to get up there. Now, in controversy creates heavy conversation. So you have to be ready to back that up. And also, if you're not one who likes to debate, maybe controversy is not going to be the best, but controversy is what grabs a lot of attention. And so if you're not afraid, if you ain't scared, find ways to create controversy within what you teach. Talk about something that is opposite. Let me tell you why. You will never lose that weight. Let me tell you why. You will never get a man. I was at the car dealership, not the car dealership today. I was at the car place today because I was getting my car inspected. The man was talking about one of the ladies that was driving the car, and she was doing something. He was like, she's so silly. That's why she ain't gonna never get a man, right? Why your silliness is keeping you lonely. So controversy sells, but with controversy. So think about some of the people who are very controversial. They're also disliked. But I'm gonna remind y'all on this too. Very rarely do people remember. It's a quote. It says something like I think it was a quote by Chanel. Very rarely do people remember the woman who stayed in line, something like that. So y'all, it's okay with being controversial, okay? All right, y'all. And then the last of all is book awards. Y'all, recognition gets recognized. I have a magazine. We actually have some people who are in. If you're an author all-star, type author all-star in the chat. We got some author all-stars that are here. We actually have about 4 more spots left, y'all. 4 spots left. This is a conference that's taking place in Atlanta. We have authors coming from all over the U.S. In fact, probably a small percentage of them are actually in Atlanta. But this is a recognized magazine. This magazine is currently in multiple countries. The word is getting out. It is trademarked, so nobody else can use this name. But what's dope about this award of being awarded an author all-star is that you're now in a magazine that you can use. We had a gentleman, he takes the author all-star magazine with him everywhere he goes. he was actually, when he was interviewed for Forbes 30 Under 30, when he asked, what were some of the things that made you decide, one of the things they said was because you were recognized in the Author All-Stars magazine. You already know, when he told me that, guess what I can do? I can take what he told me there, contact the list of people that I have at Forbes, and say how the Author All-Stars magazine is qualifying Forbes 30 Under 30 and 40 Under 40 and even 50 Under 50, right? They need to have, because I don't think they got a 50 Under 50, but I'm trying to be, can I be up in there? Hello? Can I be in a 40 Under 40? Can we get some 60 Under 60 and 70 Under 70? Because we got entrepreneurs who are 70 years old in Book Profits Club that are out here doing the doggone thing. So this is how you can leverage in whatever awards. There's so many literary awards that are out there. And if it says nominations, if you could be nominated, nominate yourself. Like for real, y'all, I'm starting to nominate myself for stuff. Ain't nobody I don't need nobody to tell me who and whose I am. If I know that I deserve to be recognized, baby, I'm nominating myself, okay? So look for these literary awards. If you want people to respect you and your authority, okay? If you want them to respect you as an author, guys, you got to show them that people are respecting you. And when you get these awards, you need to leverage them. Again, when you get an award, when you get recognized, when you get something, you should create an article, a press release, and put that out there. You should be sending that out to everybody on your list, because you never know who knows someone. People are always connected to someone. What did they say? The 6 degrees? I think now today is less than that because of social media. It's like two to three people from someone, right? And so what I want you to understand, guys, is that this is an opportunity for you to truly, truly, truly take your books to the next level. Now, if you want to be an Author All-Star, great. Again, we're down to 4 more spots. I'm an authorallstar.com. You can apply for that. But guys, these 10 are going to be powerful, right? So I am going to, for everybody who has registered, you went to bookandmediasuccess.com. You guys will get this PDF so that you can download this for yourself, all of those tips. Also, guys, if you want to know more about this amazing magazine, as you can see, and as I promised, you get to be on the cover. And so this is very unique. I'm so excited about this. The conference is in December in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I definitely recommend y'all plug in. But y'all, look up this stuff. Do the work. Do the work. Many of us, we so focused on trying to post on social media, that ain't getting us nowhere. Can I be transparent real quick before I get out of here? Y'all know I can't help it. Y'all, instead of taking all this time trying to create this amazing social media post to the same people who ain't following you or liking you or comment, why don't you focus on getting on other people's platforms as well, outside of creating your own workshops and conferences? Your number one focus right now, honestly, y'all, should be doing your own events, creating your own workshops, at the library, at the clubhouse, wherever you can, and then positioning yourself on OPPs, other people's platforms. And I don't care if they got 1 listener or 100, because you don't know who that 1 or 100 know, okay? So if this was good, guys, I hope it was. I pray that it was. I hope you guys found some value. Please let me know. If you want to leave a review, I got a Facebook page, y'all, because people been going on my Facebook page and spamming the hell out of it, y'all. That's a thing now. They do that. They go to your Facebook page and they leave reviews for somebody who is not, who in the hell is that? And so this is my Facebook link right here, y'all. If y'all want to go there and leave a review on the training, that would be great, because you didn't pay nothing for this. And even for those of you guys who registered, I'm going to send you the PDF. There was absolutely no cost to be a part of this training. I appreciate you guys for being here. And again, I hope that you truly enjoyed this. Good night. God bless. Look, it's time for me to go get some wine, darling. So good night. God bless. And I will see you guys on the next training. Deuces, y'all.